Yeah, I walked right by. What the heck? Hey, everybody. I'm trying to do different intros to these pick your poison videos on my website, GABRYELKEVYN.com, Gabriel with a Y, Kevin with a Y, and under Open Your Eyes, the teachings of Gabriel. Many sorted different topics. And if you have any ideas or topics you want me to do, put in the comments, send me an email, contact me. But these are all my opinions, all my thoughts and stuff like that. And here's a good one today, okay? Another one on sexuality. Something I don't get, okay? So maybe you folks can help me. Okay, glasses off. Why does he have his glasses on and then takes them off? Because it looks cool. Then I put them on at the end, because the stuff's going to hit the fan usually. And I don't want to be blinded by you know what? Blinded by the light. Okay. Bruce Springsteen, Man for Man, I know. All right, which one's your favorite? Bruce Springsteen or Man for Man's Blinded by the Light? It's a tough one. Anyway, today we're going to talk about percent orientation. Huh? Percent orientation. This has to do with sexuality. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of on this one, especially for certain types of people. Okay, so let's take a premise, and bear with me. Premise is, okay, that I feel anybody should be able to do whatever they want as long as they don't hurt somebody. There's a Wiccan saying, Wiccan, help click, was he a witch? There's a Wiccan saying that says, harm ye none and do what you will. Harm ye none and do what you will. Don't harm anybody, or even yourself, and then you can do anything you want. Okay? Other kinds of sayings like that in other religions. I'm multi-religion. I'm actually no religion, just I hate the word religion. But anyway, I do have beliefs. But LGBTQ plus, first of all, if you're against that, what do you care? Is somebody hurting you? That's not the American way, or something like that. I don't know. Well, the Christian, well, the Hindu thing, and they all say that. Me? Shut up. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you don't like looking at two people that are same sex, don't look. Now, I disagree with anybody who's forcing this stuff on me, you, or anybody, like overdoing it, forcing it, overbearing, like actually doing it in order to annoy people or to make a point because they have low self-esteem. But my point is, anybody wants to engage in same-sex, multi-sex, pansexual, straight sex, all I say is no underage, obviously. Look at my video on pedophiles, and I'm going to do another one. I just checked that out. I'm so against. Don't even get it. And don't do animals. There's my rule. Nobody underage, no animals, and anything else goes. So why do you care? Whoever out there is like, oh, we have to have laws. Get off it. Well, it's not natural. How do you know? But here's the thing about natural. We have bodies like animals, right? We're animals, right? The basis of us. But we have a mind. And our mind supersedes that. So if our imaginations and our desires are same-sex or multi-sex or bisexual or whatever, that's because we're allowed. It's our mind. We can do what we want. But who are you to say somebody can't? I hate that. Anyway, that's the first thing. But the percent orientation, hey, Gabriel, what the hell? You said percent orientation. Well, I believe this is true, and this is the point of this video. I'm sure people are already commenting, saying, what are you, gay? What are you this? What are you that? I wouldn't say what I am. Anyway, percent orientation, and it's more spelled out, actually. Again, a plug for my book. In my book, Shudders, Spasms, and Shockwaves, the Strokeless Orgasm. I apologize about the wind. I hope you can hear me. go to my menu item called Wild Books, and there's 4 books there, check them all out. And one of them is about that, about male sexuality. But within it is a whole, and it's a story with characters, right? It's not a textbook. There's a whole thing as you approach the middle to the end of the acceptance of anybody's sexual orientation. Now, what is percent orientation? Well, this is in the book, and it is about, I'm trying to make sure my hat doesn't go flying. Hold on, here comes some wind. I just want to do this on such a beautiful day. Put your arm down. Percent orientation, and I believe this completely. Percent orientation, and I'm sure people will say no, is we define things so black and white. You know, no gray area. It's yes or no. You are or you're not. Well, that's really not the way the world works or the universe works. Okay? What I believe, and I believe it's absolutely true, and you can deny it, but that's what it is that every one of us has some inkling, some curiosity, or whatever, in the back of your mind. Maybe you never acted on it, I don't know, about same sex or group sex or anything, okay? I'm talking about sexuality. Preferences. Why do we define gay as completely gay? And why do we find straight as only straight? So if you get a scale, and here's, I believe, the absolute reality. Oh, I'm sorry, and when you say bisexual, it means you're right in the middle. Gay, bi, straight. There's other things, but I'm just going to use those as an example. So, that's like putting somebody in a cage. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. Now, if you take that same scale, which only has 3 points in it, very scientific, and you make it a real scale, 100% to 100%. Now, where do you fall within there? There's a point, percent orientation. You could be, and you might want to think this in your mind, and I'm just making this up, you could be 80% preference with same sex, and still have some 20% for opposite sex. Well, Gabriel, that's bisexual. No, but we define bisexual as I do half this, and I do half this, okay? That's just not the way it works. Everybody's different, all different. So if you start changing the way you think, and look at my video on mind power, if you change the way you think about things, people can be a mosaic of orientation. And it can move, right? I know folks who are 100% gay, which I don't believe. I think there's a tiny percent always there, who cross over. You ever hear that? Crossing over? They have sex with the opposite sex because they wanted to. Well, if you're 100%, then you would never do that. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. I'm just saying it's all about definition. That's what this video is about. It's not about definition and accepting, but it's really about definition. Where do you fall in that? And it can move. It's an interesting thought. Check out the book, my book. I'll plug again. Yes. My book, Shudders, Spasms, and Shockwaves, The Strokeless Orgasm, about male sexuality, but also brings all that stuff in there, and also brings in love. Not sexual love, love of each other. Yeah, it's pretty complicated, but it's cool. A lot of tongue-in-cheek, things in it. And the ending's kind of cool, because you have to figure out, wait, what just happened? Anyway. Percent orientation, acceptance, and if you don't like it, what do you care? Leave people alone. Okay? As long as nobody's hurting anybody, you have no right to tell somebody what to do, because you don't want somebody to tell you what to do. That one, we're going to put over there and done. Percent orientation, tell me what you think about it. Put in the comments. And I do believe it's a moving scale, because why not? We can do whatever we want to do. Anyway, class is on. Here comes the stuff. The fan is on. It's going to hit the fan. Yeah. Gabriel loves to stir the pot. Later. Hope you liked it. Take care.